I'm not going to take too much of your time. I just want to spend some time with you and talk to you a little bit about the sad news about the Gadsden plant. Get you to explain a little bit about what's happened and what is happening to try to keep that plant from being closed forever.
Well, sure, Bill. Well, as you know, on Tuesday we announced that we have plans to idle the facility. The economy has just made it to where our sales is approximately about 50% of last year. We're operating our Houston facility at about a 60% capacity, and the Gadsden facility is operating at about 15% capacity right now. We were fortunate in the first quarter that we had a backlog from the sales in 2008 prior to the economic collapse in the fourth quarter, and we're at the point now where we're finding ourselves that our both plant capacities are what I had indicated before, and so it makes sense for us to kind of restructure into one plant location temporarily until the sales that are coming in the front door justify us using the capacity out of the Gadsden facility.
Now, I think you indicated to me yesterday on the phone that you thought that those sales would start their way back pretty soon. Can you give me any estimates on when you think your sales will start seeing an increase?
Well, that's all an effect of the economy right now. Everybody knows about the collapse of the banking systems, and we all know that the banks have all gotten bailout money from the government. And quite frankly, what we're finding out with our customers is that we are quoting at record levels, but jobs don't seem to be closing because of the ability for them to get financing. And so, when we see some of the money that has been given to the banks and the bailouts start filtering, into the business sector and the construction market, I think we'll start seeing some of these jobs that we have been quoting, and quite frankly quoting at record levels. We'll start seeing some of those close. Right now, as I indicated, we've had consistent sales this year in January, February, March, and April. However, there are enough sales to manufacture out of one facility, and quite frankly, we can operate much more economically out of one facility than trying to keep two of them open at 50 and 15% capacity.
Right. Now, you mentioned the banks. Excuse me. You mentioned the banks. I think you've experienced some of that negative effect of the banks with bailout money as well, haven't you?
No, we haven't. We haven't gotten any of the bailout money from the banks. We are current with our loan on the industrial revenue bonds. However, we have paid everything that's due them. However, we are not meeting the financial covenants of what's required. But the good thing that the bank is working with us is we're paying their payments, we're paying their principal, and we're paying their interest.
And but they're not supporting you to be able to sort of struggle through the hard time to get to the good time.
No, we aren't getting that support. And we are contacting the we're trying to get in with the EDO, the Economic Development Office in Gadsden, and not in Gadsden, but at the state level. We've made contact through Governor Riley's office with his economic development people, David Eccles, and we're continuing to see, if there are any state grants or TARP money that might be available to help us out to be able to continue that plant, in the future while it's idled, to see if there's possibilities we can get some help with some of those payments to keep things going.
And do you have even a foggiest idea of a timeline when you might be able to reopen this Gadsden plant?
as of right now, the sales that we sell, for example, in April,
Mm-hmm.
if we averaged out what we sell in April, there are some jobs that will ship in 6 to 8 weeks, and some jobs that will, ship in 12 to 16 weeks, depending on the complexity of the projects. So as far as we can see right now is that we have enough work for one facility for 4 months from now. So our window to look forward is really 4 months. And we have seen consistent sales in January, February, March, and April. They haven't been up, they haven't been down, but they've been consistent, but about a level of 50% of what it takes to run the two facilities.
So you're looking at the earliest possible consideration for reopening Gadsden being about September or October?
I don't know that the Gadsden facility, we're not seeing an upswing in the market. I don't know that the Gadsden facility would be open in 2009.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that our industry, the entire industry, experienced a remarkable increase in our raw material costs last year. I've been in this business 30 years, and when I started 30 years ago, steel, the steel costs were in the 19 cents a pound region, and here we are up until March of this year. Over that 30-year period, it had price of steel gone from 19 to 20 cents to 33 cents a pound. So over 30 years in the industry, it had not even doubled. Well, from March until September of this year, of 2008, over a 6-month period, that 33 cents a pound material jumped to over 70 cents a pound.
It's a miracle what happens when your steel industry moves offshores.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had a lot of the domestic mills close, and the world demand for steel with the countries in India and China has driven the market prices up, and then over that 6-month period, our price of steel more than almost doubled when it hadn't doubled in the 30-year period, and then in the last quarter, after the economic crisis and all the banks folding and everything that happened, the price dropped almost the same amount, except that leaves us with the higher priced inventory,
right?
That we have on hand. And so at the end of the year, we had to do inventory write-downs, and the banks said your inventory isn't worth 70 cents a pound anymore. It's only worth 40 cents a pound, so we're not going to loan you money on it. We're not going to loan you as much money on it. So it's been like a perfect storm in 2008. We're proud of our facility in Gadsden. It is a state-of-the-art facility. We went through some training issues and hiring personnel. We have a good staff there, and we're hoping against hope that the opportunity and the money starts flowing from the banks into the construction sector to allow us to reopen that facility. We have a lot of our time, money, sweat, and equity, and everything tied up in that facility, and we're very proud of it, and the people that we had working for us there.